Hey, what's up? Thank you for watching. Let's talk about how to draw realistic lips and teeth. In this digital art tutorial, we will be drawing a smile in Photoshop. Even though I'm painting this smile in Photoshop, the techniques also apply to other digital painting software. Here's how I have set up my workspace for this digital painting tutorial. I've put the reference photo in the upper left corner and have my canvas at the bottom half of the screen. I'll make a third window by going to Window in the menu, then to Arrange, and then to New Window for Untitled 1 in this case. This will make a second window for my canvas. I'll make it small and put it in the upper right. In this window I will be able to see a small version of my drawing right next to my reference photo. It is handy to see your drawing from a distance. It can be easier to spot mistakes this way. I'll fill the canvas with a base skin color before I'll start sketching with my basic flow brush. Sometimes it's hard to decide where to start sketching. But don't worry about it too much. You can adjust the sketch as you go. I decide to lay down the corners of the mouth first, trying to figure out the distance between them and comparing angles. I try to find the general shape of the mouth. Let me make the sketch a little bit bigger by using the free transform tool. These lines here indicate where the teeth are in the mouth. These lines will help me figure out the rest of the mouth. While sketching, I try to figure out the height of the lips and teeth. How do they compare to each other? I can see that the front teeth are bigger than the lips, for example. I'm guessing about 1.5 times bigger. Thinking about it this way helps me sketch and get the sizes right. The first messy sketch is done. Let's lower the opacity and make a new sketch on top. We'll tidy everything up a bit. I'll make my brush a little bit smaller. We'll group the sketch layers together. Click on both layers while pressing Ctrl on your keyboard and then press Ctrl+G to group the layers. Make a new layer below this group. We'll lay down the base colors on this layer. I'll use a light pinkish tone for the lips and add shadow to the inside of the mouth. The colors we're laying down now are all slightly dark. We will be working from dark to light. Teeth aren't really white, so we'll give them a grayish color for now. This will be a nice base to build from. Now that we have our base colors laid down, we can lower the opacity of the sketch layer and make a new layer on top. We will be painting over the sketch now. Let me make the reference photo a little bit bigger so I can see it better. Let's refine the shapes of the mouth and work on deepening those shadows in the mouth. Squint your eyes and try to see where the shadows and the light areas are on the subject. The teeth here are in shadow, so I glaze over them with a dark color. We'll make an overlay layer on top to add some warm colors. I always love using overlay layers to adjust the skin tones in my portraits. It instantly gives color variation and gets rid of those muddy colors. Don't overdo it though, or it might start to look unnatural. Time for another normal layer above the overlay layer. We'll use this layer to blend the colors first, giving the lips a softer look. I'm using a soft round brush with the opacity set to 30% here. Next, I'll switch back to my basic flow brush to start adding some light to this mouth. I'm not going too light yet though. I'll leave the brightest highlights for last. I'll also deepen these shadows here around the teeth some more. This will really separate the teeth from the tongue. The mouth really gets some more depth this way. Let's make a multiply layer on top to work on the shadows more. Using the multiply layer, we can just pick up local colors and add subtle shadows. The area here under the upper lip needs to be a little bit darker, for instance. I'm working through the entire mouth, adding contrast where it's needed. I'm focusing on the values and squint my eyes often to better see the values. We'll do the same thing for the lights. Let's add a screen layer to tweak the highlights on this mouth. Let's lighten up those teeth first. I almost forgot about the sketch layer. Let's turn the opacity of the sketch layer way down. On a final normal layer, I'll do some final tweaking on this painting. I'm mainly focusing on the edges, sharpening them where it's needed. The underside of the teeth needs to have a crisp edge, for instance. And there it is, a Photoshop smile. Have fun painting and drawing smiles with teeth. If this digital art tutorial made you smile, be sure to give it a thumbs up. I'd really appreciate that. I hope you'll have a wonderful day. See you next time for the next digital art tutorial.